Yo guys, welcome to another Crypto MC episode. Today we're going to be looking at this little bit of price action. So yesterday's stream I was talking to you guys, and look who never put his phone on silent. This is the thing about live. As I go live, it starts whistling at me. So yesterday we were looking at price action. I explained to you guys that it's a really good time if you're looking at the micro alts, the small phase 4, the small little alts. It's a good time to plant that little seed, and see it turn into a tree. Also showed to you guys that when we're looking at something like Ethereum, your big established alts, your market leaders in the alt season side, that it's a really good time to buy back the coins that you sold in the action zones for the risk that if you maybe were in underwater and you needed to ladder out, reduce the risk. So those action zones and those coins bounce nicely. So there's Ethereum bouncing on the action zone. And so we need to take that a little bit further and just see what we're going on, what's going to happen going forward. The one thing that I'm worried about is, are we going to miss our buy? So I want to be looking at that with you guys today. Okay, so you know what to do. Let's see in the comments, guys. Hello, happy Friday. Yes, Firestorm, Arpa, Joe, Jaden, Mr. Vitali, Jockey, Dave. It is about time to enjoy a nice weekend. And I do personally, this is now just an opinion, think that this pump that we're currently experiencing is going to be moving into the weekend as well. So we might see Bitcoin go and make a higher high. So go beat that 68. So all fingers crossed, but this is my opinion. Let the technical analysis do the talking. So I see Mr. Ashton Paul, DM Photographic is here, BB as well. While I'm at it, I think DM Photographic, your name's popped up as well. A while ago, I did a couple of competitions and a couple of giveaways. And a lot of you guys won, a lot of you guys qualified, and I was staring at doing some admin last night. I suck doing admin, and I hate doing admin, to be honest with you. But there's coupons that has never been claimed. So if you're one of those guys, open a ticket in the Discord, guys. So head over to the Discord. You can click on the navigation, guys, and go to help and just open a ticket, because your coupon is there. I'm going to delete it at the end of the weekend. Okay, so that's basically all the administrative stuff behind. Now let's do the charts. Okay. Anybody new in the chat? Anybody new watching me live? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to say hi to you. And for those that commented on the videos yesterday, gave your opinions and thoughts, kudos. There was some really critical, nice thinking. And yeah, keep sending in those good vibes, guys. Okay. Right. Let's talk about this little piece of price action that we've got going here. Okay, so maybe Bitcoin's going to run away from us. I'm worried. Okay, so if I zoom into this price action here on the daily time frame, we've got a nice engulfing candle. We've got a flat bottom. We're moving on higher. But the RSI in relation to what price did. So I'm going to just put a normal fib on this. And if you're new and you say, listen, this guy's got a lot of stuff on his chart, I try and keep everything on the screen for record purposes. You can always flip to any of the old videos and see what was said and done. So if you look at this, we've already passed the halfway mark. We're past 618 on the retrace, and we're probably around 78 or 887. So I'm just going to bring those values in so we can just, you can see where we are in relation to this retrace. Now, if I do the same thing and I take the upper and the lower end of this, you can see that now we are lagging behind on the RSI side. So this is maybe the next pump that's going to give us the real buy zone. Okay, so I don't think that the dip, when I said it yesterday, maybe the dip was going to be there because yesterday we were here. Okay, but today I'm changing my mind, and that's why we do this live every day. You have to. I have to change my mind. The chart's giving me a different candle. Okay. So basically, I'm thinking that in looking at this, that we might have our reversal only entering at around 69.70. Okay. And this means that what will happen is as price is going to creep up during the weekend, we're going to move into this zone. We're going to enter the previous failed buy zone. Now, why do I have these? Good buy zones, when failed, ends up being good sell zones. Okay, good buy zones, we want to see the continuation, will be a good sell zone. It's just the way the market works. It boils back down. What was support, if lost, will be resistance. So we're always trying to look for buys when there's support. I'm trying to find where that support stress is going to be in the market, and then I mark that out. So for me and for this weekend, I think it's more upside. Don't be bearish. And in reality, that there would potentially be a sell area or selling pressure entering the market there. So this is your homework. This is what you need to do if you want to take your own portfolio serious. You just need to mark this box out on your chart on BTC, and you need to keep an eye on this for the week, for the weekend, okay? And then Monday we can revise this or revisit this. But in active, we move into this sell zone, and this RSI has not made a higher high. This would mean, let's take away the RSI, this would mean that finally this wave has now created its first set of divergences on the daily time frame. It will be then due a correction. Will it still mean that the 62 will be the buy zone? I doubt it, but I first want to determine the top, then I'm going to start speculating on where the new alternative buy is going to be. Okay, so that's it. So that's BTC for now. Now, important thing, we're going to end the week. Okay, so the week is getting close to a monthly end as well, which is going to be really nice for us. But if we look at BTC on a clean view, and I like this chart because it's clean, it takes away all the noise. Okay, all the noise. Any more upside moving into the supply zone, you can see without being a genius that the market is going to run into hidden bearish divergence. So I feel like Bitcoin needs to fail. It needs to have a retrace and not create yet another divergence, because it's going to throw fuel, my tongue is twisting there, throw fuel on a bearish fire. So if I can prevent that, not create the divergence, have the pullback, then amazing, because then we will then have the reset in the market, harmony, and we will be able to, and if I zoom into this, buy the midpoint of this zone. So this is an oversimplification, but then in reality, 62 to 64 would be a real good buy zone for a retrace. And then let's go off to the races. Let's go make that money. Okay, so that is the weekly time frame that I'm seeing on this. Any more success on the weekly, also, say if we go and we make a higher high, say we close there, we close 72 come Sunday evening on the weekly time frame. This RSI is yet again lagging behind price. So it means that people are FOMOing in on the buy, and the volume and the momentum, everything is not moving in harmony. That's all that the RSI is trying to tell you. So it's saying to me that then there's more demand in the market than supply, and that is due for a deeper correction. Okay. And then the whole narrative of this is the dip finally. Remember yesterday, Marxie was saying to us, I see she live here on stream, another dip, then it's going to be exactly that, just another bloody dip, and now you have to get out again and worry. But that's the weekend, homework that we kind of need to have a look at. As for the monthly, we're still a few days off for the monthly to close, okay? So on the monthly side, we're above this pivot. We're at the scenario where I don't feel like there's a lot of dangers. This is a really bullish candle. So unless this candle closes in a doji fashion, let's say we sell off during the weekend and we close at 62, then this is showing uncertainty in the market. Then the fact that it got bought up and sold back down changes the picture. And then come Monday or come 5 days from now, I will be seeing a completely different picture. And that is why the risk management that I share on these coins have to be taken seriously. Okay, one last thing that I wanted to show you guys. This is the typical retail. Have a look at it. Retail's going to look at this price action over the weekend, and they're going to say this. They're going to take a little trend line, set it at the top, try and meet it up with there, and then move it along. And they're going to say, well, if it gets there, maybe short. And that thing corresponds a lot with what I was saying, with a little bit more sciencey or a little bit more technical analysis behind it, okay? And sometimes, this is important, guys, everybody gets to be right occasionally for them to be wrong consistently. So sometimes the market will give you this little gimme short, if that is the case. Wick right till that line, then turn around and come back down. So just make sure that you plan for that. Okay, so that's BTC. Let's have a look at your comments. Head over to alts, and then we're going to end off the stream because it's weekend. I don't want to be sitting here for 10 hours. Neither do you guys. I see Joe, always appreciating your alpha. Been following you since Banter Show, and I saw you when Sheldon talked about trading with you in the past. You are straightforward, explain the charts in a great way. Joe, thanks so much for the kind comment. I really appreciate that. Let's see, where is there a head and shoulders forming on BTC? No, head and shoulders not forming. The reason I would say no is typically what I would look for if I'm looking for a head and shoulders. This is probably the best time or the best price action to say head and shoulders. And this is a messy one, but nevertheless. First, create the divergence, okay? Yet again, there was divergence. Sorry, this is not the right time frame. Sorry, come back on my RSI. Let's switch to the right time frame. First, create the divergence. Sell or fall below the pivot. Once that is done, okay, weekly time frame, then we can talk head and shoulders. Okay, so this would be an example of that. Okay, you want to have a shoulder, and this is now a little bit messy for that, but then a head, and then another shoulder. But there needs to be divergence there, and you need to be below this. So the second shoulder won't be there, it will be below this line. Okay, and that is then when you have that. Now, typically what guys will do with a head and shoulder pattern like this is they would start saying to themselves, okay, so draw the neckline, okay, and then once you break that, you know, you've got a lot of shit coming your way and it's going to dump really hard. But it's too late on this kind of time frames to play this. So I don't try and look for patterns to play it, because that's how you would trade a big reversal. Okay, there's many other ways that you could do this as well, obviously, but that's it. So no head and shoulders pattern for me on any of this time frames. Maybe if we're looking at this, maybe you were looking on the daily expecting like that, but then as I say to you, you don't have any divergence, nothing to signal that the move is on. Okay, you don't have any distance that a problem that you're going to be breaking any trend. So retail is going to be drawing this kind of line as well and say, but hey, there's no trend break. Why am I bearish? You know, so that kind of thing. So until that happens, you know, just try and avoid, you know, those kind of heavy reversal patterns for now. Okay, that's everything. Let's not try and go off point too much. Let's talk Bybit real quick. Video is sponsored by Bybit today, and that's where I trade my spot. That's where you should be trading your spot. Bybit is a market leader in this field. And there's a few benefits that can come your way if you open your Bybit account and do the same using my partner link, okay? One of those is obviously deposit bonuses up to $30,000 and these you would get only if you're using our link. If you go and sign up on Bybit straight up, you're going to get different discounts and deals, but none as juicy as that. But in addition to this, if you head over to the Discord, you go to the navigation, and links to all this is in the video description, and you click on the Bybit bot access. You type in your Bybit UID in here, and this is what you need. You need to have your account signed up. You need to have at least $100 of spot, any coin, any kind of crypto in that account, and KYC'd. You type your Bybit user ID in there, and Bybit will unlock the Discord or some of the Discord channels. One of those channels would be the crypto harmonic trade bot. Okay, so it prints out trading patterns for you guys. So if you want to be trading, you want to be trending, you want to learn how to trade, and you're not quite sure when to buy and sell, this is the best tool out there, because at least where it identifies numbers, there's real support and resistance. It gives you an idea of a typical setup that you could suggest. And statistically, there's data on how this thing is trading, its success probabilities, and so forth. So you have a really good idea of what's happening. And all that is in the Discord as well. So it's a no-brainer, guys. Okay, let's head over to the altcoins and let's start looking at those coins that we were looking to buy the dip with. Okay, so Ethereum, we're looking to buy back. You can clearly see that there's already a reversal in there. Now, I don't have any, let's say, for lack of a better word, I don't have any divergences, any other extremes that we can look at to define that this is the area, but purely that we had a lot of support here for price. and we are testing that exact area, and we're getting a nice reaction. So I'm happy with the fact that this is happening, that we are bouncing. Would I want to expect a lower low over the weekend? No, that's the one thing I don't want to see. Now, what can potentially happen is price is going to be moving up to about $33,400 over the weekend, and then come right back into this area. So you might have a demand zone test, but we're going to have to wait and see. Okay, so that is for Ethereum. BNB also kind of missed that area, rallying a little bit further. Be patient. I still think that that is a potential possibility for BNB. Solana didn't come back. Like I said, things strong. And retail is going to look at this like there, draw the trend line. It's above it. It's ready to go. So they're going to FOMO in on this. So make sure that you kind of plan for a little bit momentum going into the weekend. But keep an eye on this. Price is very close to the top. RSI is lagging behind. So you're sitting in a situation where you're getting this again. Okay. Look at the closing prices. If this confuses you, switch to the line tool, guys. It's the easiest way to keep an eye on this. Moving up into this area, you're going to create the bearish divergence. Okay. That RSI needs to make a higher high. So you can preemptively time that there would potentially be some sideways chop. Okay. Now, that's off the back that Bitcoin is going to be doing it. If Bitcoin wasn't going to set up for big divergence, I wouldn't even be speaking about this. I'd just say hold for more. Okay. But for now, it's not hold for more just yet. We kind of need to go through a little bit more chop. Okay. Bitcoin Cash went down nicely into our buy zone. I still think that we're going to come back. And remember, the reason I'm thinking we're going to come back, when we go up, when anything trends, okay, it always does it in a 5-wave fashion. But when it corrects, it does it in a 3-wave fashion. Okay. And we can argue that that's either 3 waves done, or we can argue that there is this, and we're still going to come and test the lows. And normally between those 2 points, there will be a wick or some demand zone buy, and that's kind of what I'm betting on. Statistically, that's the most probable version of things that's going to happen. Okay, so there you have it. So let's quickly have a look at Uni. I was really, really, really bullish on Uni. I made a stream on Uni a while ago, and I said, I think on Tuesday, thinking that there's going to be a nice trade scalp coming in there. So be ready for that. And let's get that 50%. So you've got a nice demand zone bounce there. Okay. And if we have a look at that specific setup that I shared in the video a little bit earlier, let's go there. I'm going to bring this up, and I'm going to go here. And this was the tool that we used. And let's go to Uni. Let's see if those signals then aligned up as per the video. If you want to know, just go to Tuesday's trading video and you can see it there. So there you've got your red over your yellow, your blue over your orange, your blue over your orange. All the 6 conditions met. Look at that nice trade that Uni's made. If you 10x this, there's your 60% for the week. Your job done. You've made your money trading. Okay, so let's quickly have a look. It's this video here. There it is, that one there. Okay, guys, so those setups, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, is those trading streams. So make sure you grab them. There's a lot of money that can be made there. Okay, let's continue onwards. Let's have a look at a few of your coins, and we can end off the stream. I want to make it short. It's Friday after all. I want to go enjoy my weekend. Let's quickly have a look at your comments. Yes, Leo, happy birthday, happy weekend, happy birthday. Maybe it's your birthday. If it is your birthday, happy birthday. Let's quickly see if there's any coin. Let's say PEPE from Uto. Uto, let's have a look at your PEPE. Which version are we going to look at? Let's have a look at Mexi real quick. Okay, so PEPE is a head and shoulders pattern. There you have it. So we were talking about head and shoulders a little early. This one does have the head and shoulders, but there's a twist here. This is still bullish. Okay, why? Well, if I switch over to the line tool, no, it's not a head and shoulders pattern. Sorry, guys, I was looking at this wrong. That's why I always switch to the line tool. So easy to just see the stuff there. Okay, so you're looking for price to diverge from what is happening here, and it's not diverging at all. Okay, so there we had kind of weak bearish divergence. Now we've just got harmony, and it's just chopping to the upside. So PEPE, I would not even consider worrying about this. I would keep on holding this one for targets. I can see, however, from the high to the low on PEPE, if we look at the normal retrace, I'm just going to switch on the fib again and maybe switch on those two blue levels just so you can kind of keep an eye on that, statistically speaking. And we do the same, that we're going to be running into some strong bearish divergence. It's not a bearish signal, guys. It's far from it. It's a bullish momentum. But if we then fall back under this level here, okay, then things might change and you might find that PEPE is going to want to go into this area. Something similar to then when we look at some of the other memes and stuff that came our way. I don't think Brett's probably going to qualify, but Toshi is a really good candidate for this because it's gone through this now. You know, it remained bullish, and then once it fell below that pivot, it goes and revisits these levels. Okay, so that's everything for me. I did a lot of coins yesterday, so go and watch the video if you haven't seen it just yet. Most of the coins that I think is important has been marked up, and the comments hasn't changed yet. You know, things are still moving nicely. We're moving really well from a pure trading point of view. This was the BTC setups from last night. You know, so everybody in the Discord should be sitting in some really nice longs. So we grabbed that long there. We went short there, hit TP1, stopped to break even nicely. The market was just behaving amazingly. And now the long is running. So we're sitting pretty on that side. So that's it. That's everything from my end. So enjoy the weekend. It's going to be printing some money for us, hopefully. But remember that the money and the gains will not necessarily be locked in. Let the beast run. Don't try and chase this at the highs. It's the worst time to do that if you're new. Let the beast run. Let it find its feet. And when we're there, we will reevaluate. Is this thing going to turn like Solana and run higher? Shit, I hope not. Because then you know, the buy zone goes away. That's the risk we take. But that's why we were planning on buying little dips. And I mean, go and have a look at the previous videos. You should have some risk in the market already. And guess what? Even if it then runs, at some stage, there will be a move back and you can add in there. So you have to be patient because you're a hodler and you're looking at the big picture. It's not about feeling better today. It's about feeling great next year, November. Why? Because this is the last little thing that I want to say to you guys before we leave. Dominance is still breaking up. So your alts aren't performing as you would want. So Bitcoin's flying. Everybody's feeling great, but the alts are not there just yet. The fact that dominance is moving up. So we're not done. We're probably going to make a higher high, okay? So dominance is, everything is still weighted into BTC's favor. Now, if I take this information and I have a look at Bitcoin at the top, my alt season tracker at the bottom, we can clearly see that when we're in this blue zone, when is alt season happening? It's kind of in the middle of the blue zone, okay? Let's move this over to the previous one, okay? Alt season happened in the middle of the blue zone. So if we're looking at this, and I mean, guys, by now, if you knew, maybe watch yesterday's video. I did an explanatory version of how this is drawn and why and what I do here. So there you have it. But tops at the blue, bottoms at the orange. Top at the blue, bottom at the orange. And alt season midpoint. And if we look at where we are at this given moment, we're still far off from midpoint. So we're probably only going to really see alt season in January. So it's a good time to start investing, but you need to understand that your investment's not going to work just yet. You need to be patient. Okay, there you have it. That's everything from me, guys. You have a lovely weekend. Smash the like, share the content with a friend, help grow the community. In the end of the day, it does wonders to get everybody on the same page to help them not fall victim to FOMO, fear, FUD, or any of the other emotional market cycles that's out there. Okay, so remember, crypto EMC, emotional market cycles. Thanks so much, guys. Have a lovely weekend, and as always, keep hustling, my friends.